All right, what's up? So this weekend we went to Import Takeover down at Silver Dollar Motorsports. Um, we went for 2 days, Friday and Saturday. The event was going on for 3, but I was only able to stay Friday and Saturday. On Friday they had test and tune, so we showed up and was able to get one pass that night, and we ended up going a personal best. So my goal for this weekend was to go a 9, and we ended up going a 9.6 at 138. I have 3 views of this pass. I have one from in-car, one from the starting line, and one from the stands. So very happy we went a 9.6. Power glide was working well. All the changes we've made helped a lot. Truck was happy. It was on 15 pounds. We left the line at 4,000 RPM. So it went a 1.460. So that was our fastest 60 foot and our fastest 8th of a 6.1. So I will show you them 3 views and the time slip, and then we will come back and talk about Saturday. So you can see, went a personal best. Very happy about that. So Saturday, the event started, and the only classes they were running Saturday was all steel, all glass, anything on 28s, and some bracket stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I would get at least 4 passes. So I could have signed up for test and tune, but you don't know how many passes you're going to be able to get during an event. So I signed up for all steel, all glass. So I got 3 shakedown passes. It's 8th mile, no time. The first pass of the day was a test pass. They let us test early in the morning. That was my fastest 60 foot and 8th mile of the weekend. At this time, I was only running 8th mile because that's what the class was, so I wanted to try to get the truck dialed in for that. On this pass, I ran the 60 foot was a 1.37 60 foot, so that's my best 60 foot by a lot, and I was very excited to see the Power Glide do that. Then we went a 3.9 3.30 and a 6.0 at 1.13. So we had a little bit excess of converter slip. So we're looking at making a fluid change before we make a converter change to see if we can tighten it up just a little bit. But I was very excited about that pass. There is only in-car footage of this pass since my buddy was in the lane beside me, and he was the one doing most of the filming for me. So you can pay attention to the right side of the screen and where he comes flying by me and throws a chute at the 1/4 mile. So check that out. first test pass Saturday. You can also notice that I went red. I felt like we was sitting there for a long time, so it was time to go. So I got about a half-second start on Zach, and he still flew by me at the 8th. So that car he has is fast. After that, we went into our shakedowns for all steel, all glass. We got 3 shakedowns. The first shakedown was about 2:30 in the afternoon. The track was hot and it wasn't there. It was tough conditions, so we tried to hit it harder than we did that morning, and we spun the tire. I didn't do a good job of reading the track. I mean, I should have knew not to try to hit harder from going from the morning when it was sticky till in the heat of the day when it was gooey. So spun the tire on the first shakedown. Obviously didn't learn anything because we spun the tire on the second shakedown. So we went into the third shakedown and I loosened the front end back up so it would extend and plant the tire a lot harder. We were still leaving 4,000 RPMs, 14 pounds of boost, so I never changed that, but I let the suspension work a lot harder. So in this pass, you'll see that truck went down. It was 7 o'clock, so it was still gooey. There was a lot of cars still spinning. So this was our third shakedown of all steel, all glass, and I'll show you all that now. So that was our third shakedown. Basically what I'm seeing in the data log is the more power I give it, we're not picking up mile per hour, we're not picking up ET. We're laying on the converter very hard. The gearing's kind of set for quarter mile. We would be all right in the quarter mile. It would couple after the 8th mile, but in the 8th mile we got the wrong gear, and I don't know if I want to make a change. We're going to try a couple of things with some fluid, maybe a converter, and see if we can get our short track better. But I'm happy with a 6.0, but I wanted to get into the 5s. After I seen the 6.0, I knew we could get in the 5s because it was on 15 pounds. I was like, man, we can push this thing. And I tried hitting the scramble, half track, and it just laid on the converter. It just wouldn't take it, wouldn't couple. So that's fine. So we was going into round one of all steel, all glass. There's 8 cars in the class. They're all fast. They're all, like I said, low 5 seconds, easy. The format was chip draw, so we drew chips. I drew like a 2019 Mustang or 2020 Mustang. Zach had been telling me all day it's probably one of the fastest cars on property, so of course that's the car I drew. I did get lucky enough to get lane choice. We flipped for lane choice, and I was able to put him in the left lane. Left lane was a little bit worse than the right lane, so I had that going for me. The only thing I could do was hit the tree and drive and see what would happen. So I was going to hit the tree, and I was going to be on the scramble. I was going to be on 19 pounds the whole way if it took it. So I will show you the in-car of that and the starting line footage of that. It's pretty funny. I mean, I should have had no chance, but I did have a chance, and that was fun. So as you can see and hear from everybody's excitement, I had no chance at winning that race. He spun bad and gave me probably a 2-second head start and still almost clipped me at the 8th mile. That car was fast. It was probably one of the fastest cars there. So I was pumped up. I was excited. The truck was slow. I mean, it's blowing through the converter. It slowed down everywhere. It went, you know, we lost mile an hour, we lost everything. The only thing I did better at is I cut a better light, cut the best light I did all weekend was a .095, so I was extremely happy about that. As soon as I let off the button, I was on the scramble and put the truck on 19 pounds, and it just laid on the converter. So converter's pissed off. We're gonna make a fluid change, and if that don't help, then we will probably end up making a converter change. But other than that, we went on to the second round. Second round, it was supposed to be 4 cars, ended up only being 3 because one broke, and we did chip draw, and I drew the bye into the finals. So there was a G-body, twin turbo G-body left, and a Toyota 2JZ turbo. So both bottom 5 4-second vehicles, and I had nothing for neither one of them. I was just in the finals smiling, you know. Shouldn't have been there, but was happy to be there. We watched the G-body and the Toyota truck run. The G-body red lit because his trans brake didn't hold. The Toyota truck probably made a bottom 5-second hit down the track. After that, I went over and met the owner of the Toyota truck in the pits, and was trying to figure out how I can walk away with some money. I think he had some issues and didn't really want to run his again, so he wanted to split 50-50. I was down to split 50-50 of the $2,500 pot, so $1,250 in the pocket. I only thought that was a first place trophy, so I was like, hey man, your truck's faster, you can have the trophy. I mean, I'm not even worried about that. I was just trying to get some money. I mean, he would have beat me easily. Even if his stuff was broke, he probably still would have beat me. So I didn't realize until after we got over there to get the money and everything that there was a second place trophy. So I ended up with $1,250 and a second place trophy. Import Takeover, all steel, all glass, 2023. Shouldn't have been in that class, had no chance, and somehow walked away with some money. So it was a great weekend. We went, we did a 9-second pass. I was extremely happy about that. We ran 6-second 8. We got faster. We found what we need to improve on. So 2 things: the converter, and we have a lot of blow by. So I'm going to do a different catch can. I'm not giving up on the engine yet. There's another one sitting right there. So this one held 19 pounds, and I think it'll hold even more, and we're going to find out what it holds. So yeah, that's it. That was the last pass I made, was round 1. Ended up with some money, ended up with a trophy. I'll show you all the trophy. My phone's sitting on the trophy right now, so I'll show you all the trophy, and yeah, and then we'll end this video. All right, so here's the trophy, the Import Takeover, all steel, all glass, second place 2023. So ended up with a trophy. Here's all the time slips. Pretty happy about the 9-second pass, and then the 1/360 with the 6.0. So that's it. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.